So the Tesla Cybertruck has been kind of an enigma. It was revealed 4 years ago,
That's
almost
a
to the
long
day.
time, bro.
And ever since then, it was kind of quiet. But then we slowly started seeing them rolling around like California a little bit, and then a couple in Texas. And these are like prototypey Cybertrucks.
That's what I'm
and they were
saying. It's the
testing.
people. It's the people
Turns
that
out,
work there.
One of them was me. Well, for a day anyway. So
Yo,
what we
that
have
just look
here
crazy
is
though.
a near final.
Look, a wrap on the Tesla Cybertruck would be crazy, bro. A wrap would be nutty, bro. Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
Tesla Cybertruck. It's not an actual delivery truck yet. It's still one that they've been testing. So there's some small prototypey things here or there. But everything that I'm about to show you,
That's hard.
is what's going
I
to
don't
show
know
up
why
in
you
the
wouldn't buy
customers'
that.
delivery trucks.
I will buy
starting
that.
basically right now. So I've learned a lot about this truck in my time testing it. There are some surprising things about it, some features that are really cool.
Dang, that looks so
things that I think truck
futuristic,
people are
bro.
really gonna like, but also some concerns that I have, some surprises. Buckle up. There's gonna be a mega video. Get subscribed. There's a lot to it. Let's take a look at the final Tesla Cybertruck.
Elon, send me a Cybertruck, bro. I want to test it out. Man, I'm trying to tell you, a Tesla, bro. He put bullet holes in that shit. That's crazy. Yo, that car look nutty though, bro. One windshield
All right,
wiper.
first things first. Let's get to the specs. Everyone wants to know the official numbers, everything on paper. And it's funny because we'll get to this in a second, but some things have actually changed from the show truck that showed up on stage, including the overall dimensions.
Oh yeah, of course. It took
I'll
them
get
4
to
years
that.
to do that. We know
But
they
the
was
stuff
changing
that
something.
you probably care about is the basics like price, range, speed, right?
All we care about is the price.
So there are going to be 3 configurations of the Cybertruck. This one that we're looking at here, which you can't tell by looking at it, but this is the triple motor version.
So that's
It's
the
not
highest
quite
one.
the same as the Plaid powertrain, but it is 2 in the rear, 1 in the front, and it's going to be able to do 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds,
Woo!
an 11-second quarter mile. It's got about 845 horsepower. It has torque vectoring at the rear,
Yo.
and it's absurd. They call it the Beast. It's a
Guys, those stats are crazy. 60 and 2.5 for a truck is nut. That's
pretty
nut.
ridiculous set of specs. I think that makes it the fastest production pickup truck factory ever.
It is.
But there's also going to be
easy by
a dual
far.
motor version that they also start to ship early,
160.
and eventually also a single motor rear wheel drive version. The triple motor is going to start at about $100,000. So this is new information. We kind of had a much lower idea of what the price was going to be at launch. This is a $100,000 truck you're looking at. Expect somewhere around
100,000. 100,000. Bro, they said the truck was going to be 60. They said the triple motor was going to be 75 to 60,000, 60 to 75,000, bro. Where did 100K come from? Elon, I thought you supposed to be making these trucks cheap, bro. Elon lying, bro. Like, come on, bro.
75, 85,000 for the dual motor
That's
version,
what I'm
and then the
saying.
single motor will be further down the road. But the dual motor is still 600 plus horsepower and still plenty fast. But that's
okay, guys. For the double motor, it's 70 to 80,000, bro. We're not getting it. We're not getting it. And the single motor is down the line. Like, bro, the single motor is gonna cost $60,000, bro. Okay, yeah, I thought we was gonna sit in that 30 grand, bro, and I was gonna copy it, but no, obviously we're not. We're not copying it. We're not copying this Cybertruck right now. 60 grand, bro. 80K, 100K for a triple motor truck is nut. But it got 1,000 horsepower, though. Almost 1,000 horsepower. That is crazy.
the general basics. And as far as range, we'll get to the wheels in a second, but it's about a 340-mile max range from the absolute most efficient version of this truck. Now, a couple other last numbers things that I think some truck people will appreciate. First of all, towing capacity and bed capacity. Those are some things that Tesla's told me. I'm gonna put the numbers up here. I think it's 2,500 pounds for the bed, which is pretty cool. And we also measured the truck because officially it's about 5% smaller in every dimension from the original show truck, the prototype that people have been seeing on stage. So I measured it from front to back, and it's about, from bumper to bumper, 224 inches. We happen to have an F-150 Lightning here that we've been directly comparing it to. It's right over there. We've got some onboard power and all sorts of fun features here. And so I'll mention when things like that also appear on this truck, but it's about the size of an F-150 Lightning. A little bit smaller. Now, speaking of the 5% shrinking dimension-wise, there are a lot of things that have changed about this truck.
Yeah, it looked like an exact size.
Show car. From front to back, there's a lot. There's a motorized front trunk. There's so much to talk about in this video. There is the world's largest windshield wiper, which I'm sure you're curious about.
God dang. Yo, that's the windshield wiper right here? It goes all the way up way more halfway than the hood. It's like literally about to touch the hood.
It does actually have side view mirrors. They're removable, and they've kind
of done remove the side wheel window. You can remove the mirrors.
Make it able to be removed. Like, you can take this off. It has to ship with this from the factory legally. But there is blind spot monitoring lights inside the truck. There are cameras.
I don't like that inside. I don't like that. I like it outside.
Of the truck to show you that spot when you put your blinker on. So you can just pop this off if you really wanted to. And then also down at the side here, these wheels. This is an aero cap that is removable. So let's just do that.
Yeah, remove that. I want to see what's under the hubcap.
Tire that's going to come on a 20-inch rim. All of the initial trucks, triple motor, dual motor, they'll all have this tire on it. Looks like it's a bespoke Goodyear tire. It's got some neat little aesthetic tweaks and I'm sure compound tweaks and tread stuff here. But this is a plastic aero cap with like this outside rubber. It's actually a two-piece. And it'll get you a couple percent more range on the truck.
That's why it's so fast.
But if you don't like the look of it, or if you're off-roading, pop that off. And that's how the truck's stock wheel will look.
Okay.
A lot of
that's not
grease
bad.
And metal in there. But this is a two-part thing, like I said. So if I can rip this off, these are the two pieces. And the reason it's two parts is because they actually wanted these to line up with the little rectangles on the tire. So maybe you want to take the aero caps off to air down the tires and go off-roading and you want maximum brake cooling, whatever you're doing. But if you want to put these back on, you sort of line all this up. And then you take the plastic bit.
That's easy. Okay, that's easy.
What? Now you're back.
Yeah, they made that very easy to come off with. I like that.
So I'm going to probably not do that again, considering everything it just left on my hands. But you get the idea. You can do that on all four tires, 20-inch rims. These, again, are the premium tires. And yeah. Okay, great. Moving on. So, okay, you kind of addressing the fact that it is a giant stainless steel triangle. I mean, it looks surreal. Like, there is not really a single curve on this entire truck.
It's not.
Every single piece, these are giant pieces of stainless steel. There's all sorts of sheen and fingerprint implication.
Guys, we're only 6 minutes into the video, and I'm about to say F it. I'm about to just buy it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to put my quick $7,000 down, bro. And I'm going to say, fuck it, bro. I'm just going to buy it, bro. Bro, you know how many hose you can pull in this car? Like, bro, imagine you pulling up with the hose and they say you driving a Cybertruck. Bro, you getting topped off, bro. You getting topped off automatically, bro. Like, it's free game, bro. Anybody who drives the Cybertruck is getting pussy, bro. Because nobody in your area is going to have it unless you live in Texas or Cali or Florida or something. Like in Virginia, you're not going to see a lot of people with the Cybertruck, bro. So you've got a Cybertruck in Virginia, oh, you getting topped for sure.
That we'll talk about, but I don't know. It's an aesthetic thing. Like, not a whole lot of curves, fine, that's pretty cool. But then the other version of that conversation is like, look at how sharp the front of some of these pieces here, how sharp it is. Not that you're gonna like walk up and poke the front of someone's truck very often, but that's a sharp corner piece of stainless steel right there and right there. And then this.
Yo, you would tear a car up if you ran into somebody with that.
Big
Yo, you would tear a car up.
I had a couple
that is stainless steel. That would break a car. You could tap the bumper, and it'll make it look like you ran into it 60 miles per hour.
But steel has this sort of a spring back effect. So you use a lot of force to stamp it in place, and then it springs back really quickly. So you have to stamp further than you need to get it to unspring back to the part that you want it to be at. It's a whole complicated thing.
Yeah, that went over my head.
I've seen a bunch of
I didn't understand
Cybertrucks
that.
while I've been here. and they all have slightly different levels of panel gaps, build quality in general. This truck in particular that we're looking at, it actually looks great. I'm not going to say it's micron levels of precision or anything like that, but generally panel gaps all the way around are pretty small, pretty even, looks really good. But I don't know if I can promise that for every truck. Like even just this huge front piece here has a little bit of like wavering. It's not quite a perfect flat line, so I'm not an expert on it, but I'm just saying this is a truck you're probably not going to care too much about looking exactly perfect panel gap wise.
Yeah,
right,
bro. I really don't care, bro. I'm not gonna pay attention.
The Cybertruck's trunk, aka the truck bed. There's a lot going on here.
Yo, that thing look crazy from the back.
Slope.
It looked crazy from the back, bro. It looks so different.
First of all,
look at this from the back. It literally looks like a box. Like, bro, literally, bro. Like, this is the most different car I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm copping, bro. I'm copping because I want pussy. I'm copping, bro. Yo, girls gonna be on your meat, bro, if you have this car.
A dampened opening for the tailgate, but it's not a power opening tailgate, so you will have to manually close the thing.
It's hard,
nice,
though.
Damp. And then the other side is the powered tonneau cover. Oh wait, I should do the thing. They told me it could support.
One thing about me, I like different stuff.
So,
I like things that are different. So this is a truck for me. I like things that are different, and you can stand on that and not nowhere near
so here we
bends.
are. I'm not going to jump, but I'm told 300 pounds of force from somebody standing on 1 foot. So I think if I jumped, I could probably break the thing. But the fact that I'm standing on it and it's not breaking, that's pretty good. And it's a motorized tonneau cover, which means...
Look, to all the truck companies out there, to all the car companies that make trucks, why can't y'all stop being cheap and just make a car like a Tesla? Like, bro, just make it durable like the Tesla, bro. I'm tired of having this little truck over here, a little fender bender, and it totals. My nigga, a Cybertruck is stainless steel, bro. It will never break, bro. Like bro, you can get in a car crash and it won't even bend, bro. You can get in a bad car crash, like a 60 miles per hour car crash, and it will not put a dent on it, bro. Like, stop being cheap, car companies. Hold up. So, won't that mean if they stop being cheap, the car be more expensive?
I gotta say. Now, once you're here, there's a bunch of stuff I gotta talk about with this trunk. First things first, you probably noticed it slid down and revealed a rear window, which means, number one, yes, there's a rear window. It doesn't go up and down, but at least you have that glass there. And two, yes, that means that when you close the tonneau cover, you are completely blocking your rear visibility. We'll get to that later. So,
you better know how to drive a truck.
The other thing you probably noticed is when we first saw the Cybertruck, I did a video about this on the autofocus channel.
I don't like that though. How it blocks your rear visibility.
It looked
like you can't even look out the trunk if you have it open.
But
if you have it closed,
it is
I don't like that.
Tesla said they took it out and talked to some construction people about it, and were like, "All right, what do you think of this truck? What do you think of the bed?" And they were like, "This is awesome, but the first thing I would do is spray line this so I could not damage it." So I just figured they would line it themselves. Nice thick lining here. The bed size. The official length of the bed for the F-150, the Lightning got over there, was 66 inches on paper. Now, when I line this up here, I get all the way to 72 inches, so it's a solid 6-foot bed. But there's a little bit of overhang over here, so if I subtract a little bit to account for that, it's about the same, 66 inches. And there's a little bit of a sub-trunk.
It's a sub-trunk?
Which is pretty cool to see.
Okay,
so
that's tough.
A lot of EVs now have a sort of a sub-trunk area. This one, no different. You can definitely fit duffel bag in there.
Yeah, you can fit a lot of stuff in that truck, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
There is a drain plug, so if you want to make a cooler out of it, and tailgate, there's a...
I can fit your girlfriend booty in there too.
A good vehicle to do that. There's also some bed lighting. You can see on the left and right. There's lots of lights, and there's also this sort of a latch system. So all sorts of latch points where you can tie things down with cables. What you're probably noticing though is there's no spare tire, no spare wheel. If you do want one, you can buy one separately and tie it up in the trunk, but you don't get one by default. And then the other thing is, there's power in the trunk.
Whoa.
So 220
cable
volts
cords
here
in the trunk?
and one 240
That's
volt.
tough. That
charge
comes
a
clutch when
vehicle
you're just
with a
chilling,
9 kilowatts
vibing out, and you want to
you
charge
can
your
use
phone.
literally the thing you'd plug
That's
into a dryer
hard.
outlet. You can plug
All right,
that
that's
in here,
tough.
plug it into a vehicle, and give battery to another EV. So just in general, I'm glad that more EVs are doing this, having the ability to power other things and actually charge. You could actually theoretically power your house with this if you had the right inverter. But 11 kilowatts out of the charge port, 9.6.
If you had the right stuff, you could charge your house with this car. That's nutty. That's some next level shit right there. And it's going to happen too. They're going to make cars that can power your house. It's going to happen, bro.
Kilowatts out of the 240 volt on board. All great stuff to have. I should also mention, small detail, bottle cap opener over there, and then some more mounting points for cables and things like that. That's the truck bed of the Cybertruck. There's some lights that we'll talk about in a second, but let's close the tonneau cover. Oh, something I just noticed. If you press the button, it does the whole thing, or if you hold the button, it goes until you let go. That's a lie. It was doing that up until that point.
You just gotta press it one time.
See? Wait. Okay, this is weird. It didn't do it that time, but it seems like if I hold it down, whenever I let go, it stops. And if I just press it, it goes all the way until I cancel it, which it doesn't want to cancel over there. Okay, I'm learning in real time. Close the whole thing. Tell me when to cancel.
Now.
I knew it. All right, we got to talk about
Was that
these
a radio
doors,
that
'cause
said
there's
that?
actually a lot to it.
Bro got a radio?
First of all, a lot of times on a concept car,
How many people he got behind that camera?
You'll see there's no door handles, and you're like, oh, that's cute. But when you ship the thing, you're gonna have door handles eventually. No door handles on the Cybertruck, and they're sticking to it. I have my concerns about this. So basically how this works is there's a little button right here that's indented. You press that button, and when it's unlocked, it sort of pushes it out maybe 2 inches. Then you grab in here and open the whole door. And then you close it. The auto-presented windows, they all close.
Hey, what if that button
windows.
breaks?
That's...
What if that button breaks? You're locked out of your car, bro, and you're going to have to pay thousands of dollars just to get that fixed. That is not just a simple $100 to $200 button. Bro, that button is going to cost you $800 to $1,000 to get back into your car.
Cool.
And what you call it, like, you know, like them little companies that help you get inside your car with the little wire junk. They can't help you either, because that's a Tesla, bro. Like, you're literally, it's so advanced. That's the one thing bad about Tesla. It's so advanced that the simple stuff that you do when you're locked out your car, it won't work, because you can't just have someone come in and unlock it, bro, with the little wire junk. You can't, bro.
It works. Same thing actually back here. Smaller button. You press it. It opens it. And it works. And this is actually a full 90-degree door. I love that there's like stainless steel in here. It's very clearly all metal. It's got a nice thunk to it too. But what I've noticed, and this is something you'd already be thinking of if you live in the Northeast or something, is if it's cold, or if it's raining, or if it's frozen, if there's like an inch of ice over here, is this gonna work? Tesla's telling me, and this is a California company that tells me these things, but they're telling me up to an inch of ice, if you can break through that ice and press this button, it'll push with enough force to open it and break the ice off. I hope that's true. That's debatable. We'll see.
Yeah, I hope that's true. That's actually, that's one thing I never thought about. That's actually true.
Stainless steel, and you can see the fingerprints go so hard when you open it like that. And because there's no door handles, there's not really a good way of telling someone how to get in. So a lot of people are just gonna grab it right there and fingerprint. Look at, it's just tons of fingerprints on the side here. So I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of Cybertrucks floating around with lots of fingerprints around the place that people's hands go to open the doors. All right, front of the truck here, a couple things that are of note. First of all, if we go down low, this plastic bumper, pretty solid, but also there's 2 tow hitch rigs on the front, which is awesome. there is a front camera for the first time ever in a Tesla, believe it or not.
Front camera, that's hard.
Where you can't actually see over the front. Then you have this huge daytime running light, but also the headlights, the actual headlights are just these slots down here. I'll show some night. You'll see some night driving footage, so you'll see what the headlights look like. Another thing everybody's been asking about, that I've seen mostly on Twitter, is there actually a front trunk in here? If so, how big is it? Yes, there's a front trunk, and it's automatically opening, so you just reach in and push the button in like that.
It's a front trunk?
It's a pretty shallow front trunk, I gotta say.
Damn. So you got two trunks? You got three. Hold up. You got three trunks. One in the front, and you got two trunks in the back. One sub trunk and the little cab. Yo, that's a lot of space.
I haven't seen
a lot of space,
Tesla logo
guys,
yet on this entire truck. It's mostly branded with Cybertruck in this kind of a welded text, which is kind of cool. But it's a pretty shallow front trunk. I mean, I can sit in here, and you're probably seeing I'm much too shaded right now, so it's kind of tough to understand how big it is, but it's only maybe the size of two of these Ridge suitcases. So I'm going to put two Ridge carry-ons in the front of this thing. See if I can actually fit both. Because this is basically the exact size you'd want for like an airplane overhead. If you actually had to travel with stuff in the front trunk, could you fit it?
Oh,
not quite.
It doesn't
it's
fit.
Really close. I think maybe you might have to do.
But it's in the back though. But you got the other parts in the back, so that's kind of okay.
To turn them down.
You got a whole trunk bed.
As long as they're behind
and you got a
seal,
subcap.
I think I'm good.
I don't think that's gonna work. I think it's sticking out too far. Oh, okay. It works.
So that's basically your exact limit. Is two Ridge carry-ons. Shout out to Ridge for sponsoring this video. So these Ridge carry-ons, which are in these nice colors, they also have a 30% thicker shell than a standard carry-on while staying lightweight, some nice carbon fiber accents, a durable and grippy handle, and they're weatherproof. So wherever you go, if it's raining, you're good. And if you want a matching Ridge wallet, it literally comes in the same colors. So you've got royal black, alpine navy, base camp orange, and matte olive. And shout out to Ridge for offering a 99-day risk-free trial. So if you don't like it for any reason within 99 days, you can literally send it back for a refund, no questions asked. So check out the bags, the wallets, and everything else Ridge makes, and get a special offer at my link below or at ridge.com/mkbhd. All right, so now let's get to the interior of the Cybertruck. And
Google Fi
this is what we
want
to see, bro.
Simple and risk-free.
I want to see the interior.
Right for you. Get our free.
And once again, there's a lot going on, but I think
this is what I want to see, bro. I want to see the interior.
Is the only curve in the entire interior is this steering wheel. And yes, it's a wheel. It's not a yoke. I'm pretty sure when they first showed the car, one of the big things they showed was it had a yoke, and it had this crazy like marble shelf at the front.
Word.
Now it's looking a lot more normal car-like, but there's still a lot to go over. So first of all,
I wish they had that marble front.
This glass canopy from the nose of the car, basically, all the way back to right in front of my head, is the single largest piece of glass in the entire automotive industry.
No way.
Like if you tried to order a piece of glass this big for your house, it would be a big piece of glass. But this is the biggest windshield we've ever seen. And it kind of is this nice dramatic canopy when you're just like looking around, and visibility in the truck is very good. You also have these little removable sunshades. They're actually pretty big, and there's this nice, look at this magnetic.
And it's magnetic
up top to get that in place.
Okay, that's
cool and everything.
That's kind of hard.
Aside from that, no other curves.
That's a nice little touch.
Lots of straight angles and triangles and things like that. A good amount of door storage, so I think you could fit probably 2 water bottles in there. There's some tray storage.
You can fit like 3 or 4 water bottles in there.
You get up to here, and there's all 4 window controls. The door latch to electronically open it, but also the emergency door latch open. So if you lose power, every door that's electronically latched has to have that manual opening as well. And then in the middle, you've got just kind of a bunch of open space. I kind of like the pedals down there. I think they're metal. But
dang, that's a lot of space.
Open tray space.
I didn't realize it had that much space at the bottom.
And then in front,
yo, you can literally lay down there.
2 cup holders, a big old armrest.
You can take a nap down there.
And a bunch of storage in here, including another 120 volt outlet and a single 65 watt USB-C charging port. And then you're sort of in a cabin. And this is where I think you kind of return to the normal Tesla look, which is very minimal. I do like this material better than what they had before, though. It's
No, I like the Marvvvo better. I ain't gonna hold you.
not the best build in the world. Tesla's been improving with their build quality, but it is what it is. But you can like lose something in front of you. Like if I put like a marble or a pizza box or something, it could slide forward. Of course, I could accelerate and get it back, but there's just a ton of room. And then I'm thinking about visibility.
Dang,
over
that's
the
a
nose
ton of room in
car.
the front dash.
Man,
That's like 5 inches.
it's not great.
10
I feel like
inches.
the more I drive this car, the more I'd get accustomed to the size of it. But I really don't feel like I'm looking right down over the nose. I'm looking out at the end of the windshield and then sort of guessing where the nose is. So, okay, a couple of the smaller things. First of all, this light up here, touch sensitive. I think that's pretty cool. There's ambient lights all the way around the cabin, and you can change the color of that with RGB with software. I'll get to the software in a second. There's also an interior-facing cabin camera, and there would normally be, this is one of the prototypey things, but there would normally be a regular rear view camera here. Now, as I mentioned, you don't actually get to see out the back from the mirror if your tonneau cover is closed. But there also is no camera option for that rear view mirror to turn into a feed from a camera. Instead, that will always be on the screen. And I think I found that it's actually fine. You just sort of train yourself to glance at the top of the screen instead of at where the mirror normally is, but that's something to note. And one more thing, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, huge tinted roof over your head, all the way back over the passengers' heads, and a ton of speakers. Not a single curve to any of the speaker grills, but there are speaker grills.
Yo, the speakers
all over
better
this cabin,
knock in that
all
bitch.
either trapezoids.
Yo, the speakers
or
don't
squares.
knock, I'm gonna
Okay,
be
something I
mad,
just
bro.
realized. I thought
I'ma be
that it was
so
required that
mad,
the only
bro.
actual physical button you need
Paying
in
the
your
car,
car
paying 60,000
is
for a
the
car and the
hazard button.
speakers don't knock.
This truck does not have a hazard button. It has a touch-sensitive hazards thing, but then there's also your park, reverse, neutral, and drive gears. If
Whoa.
you actually want to change them up above your head.
That's nutty.
I've never seen it there in any car.
That's what I'm
Ever,
saying.
actually. Typically, it's right in front of you with the paddles.
I don't like that. Because imagine you having to go in reverse like multiple times and you just gotta keep putting your hand up. That'll make your arm kind of tired, wouldn't it? I mean, like, yo, I don't like it, bro, because it makes my arm tired. If I have to push the drive button at the top of the ceiling, bro, it just makes my arm tired. Like, I don't want to feel tired, my arm feeling tired, pressing a button to put it in drive.
Shifters or your gear selectors, and you can still do it on the screen like you can in other Teslas, but that's new. That's definitely new.
That's crazy.
Okay, now, the back seat of the Cybertruck. It's weirder than you think. All right, first of all, I like that the doors open 90 degrees. You get the seat back in front of you. Really good rear legroom. Mostly because the seat in front of me is on these cool Cybertruck-looking rectangular risers, but that means I have real space to put my feet under the seat in front of me, which is huge for legroom. So, either side, totally fine. Middle, not the best legroom ever, but still a totally great back seat.
The middle
Got
never
another screen
has
back
room.
here that I'll show you in a
Like
second. There's a
the
little
middle
bit of
never
seat
has
back
room.
storage. But check this out. There's a little trick.
You have to make
the
a
back
wide
seat.
car for a middle
Just
to
for
have room.
storage. So although you already have a front trunk and a rear trunk, if you want even more covered storage with this latch right here, the right seat actually comes completely up, and you can just keep stuff down here if there's no person here. Matter of fact, the left two seats, come over here, also do the same thing. I'm gonna get out and pull that latch as well. And then that's a ton of room for activities. Look at this. Not that that's better than having a seat, but you can put a bunch of boxes back here. You could put, I don't know, you can just put stuff back here. Also, there's the 9.5-inch screen for the passengers, which is where I discovered you can move the passenger seat, not the driver's seat, on the screen. And these are also heated left and right, not middle, but heated left and right rear seats.
Why would you not put it in the middle?
Ventilated, they look cool, but they don't do that.
Like,
just heat.
why would you just put it in the middle?
Or you can just like watch a movie or direct your airflow. Cool. Okay, so whenever you're talking about a new vehicle like this, a new platform like this, you got to talk vehicle controls. So as I'm in the driver's seat, that's going to be this new 18.5-inch touchscreen in the center, biggest ever in a Tesla. It's also the biggest ever car. And this steering wheel, which I got a lot to say about it, but you're going to notice it looks pretty familiar to any other Tesla, but they have made some key changes that I think I actually like a lot. There's still no stocks. There's still no blinker stocks, still no drive, reverse, all that stuff. But the buttons on the steering wheel are, at least now, haptic, like actual buttons. They're not haptic touch controls where you touch it and it vibrates to simulate a button. No, it actually clicks and moves this time, so that's awesome. So at least that's better. So that's the blinkers on the steering wheel. That's your headlights. That's your giant windshield wiper, which I'll talk about, and your voice controls. You still got your wheels up and down for volume of media and your autopilot controls.
Okay.
And then this sort of a flat squircle, I guess is what you'd call it, like a squared off circle type
I'm
thing
not
for the
gonna hold
steering
you,
wheel.
bro.
Oh, and
I'm not gonna hold you. I just realized there was no like miles per hour on the dash in front of the steering wheel. It's on the side. It's on the middle
and
joint.
it's a real horn this time. There's no like button on the steering wheel horn like in my car.
That got to
So,
take some time to get
really
used to,
appreciate
bro.
that.
Because
Also,
I've been
again,
used to
no
looking at a
Tesla logo
dash
on
instead
the
of a
steering wheel.
screen
It's a
that just
Cybertruck,
tells
like
me, bro.
trapezoid,
Like I
silhouette
get
type
like
thing.
there's
So,
cars that have both,
again, I think the
like,
only Tesla logo on the whole
but that
car
only
is
Tesla only has
literally the
one,
key,
and you just
same as
look at
every
the
other
screen.
Tesla. But that brings us, of course, to
It's
the
probably
new
not. It
software.
probably
So I
don't
think
take
they've
that much
done
getting used to.
an actually really, really good job with the software and this all new Cyber UI. So if you've used a Tesla before, it's laid out the exact same way, but it's all themed in a very Cybertruck way. But there's some new little things that they've done. It's really well thought out, and I still, honestly, after using it, I really feel like Tesla has the best software in the car industry that's not CarPlay and Android Auto. So first of all, you start with just this huge Cybertruck in the middle for all your vehicle controls. There's little hovering dots, so if you want to open the tailgate or open the tonneau cover, you can do that with any of these little hovering buttons. Open the charge port flap, charge port flap.
That's
Cool.
tough. Now you can
But then
control
all
the inside of
rest
your car
the
with that.
Looks about this car.
I
you
don't
can
get why
adjust in
more
real
car
time.
companies aren't
So
like
first
this.
of all, ride height.
They need to be more
Tap
advanced.
the wheel there. We
They
are at
can
the
be,
sort of
but it is cheap.
entry ride height where it squats to be as easy as possible to get into. You can also go low,
But I don't know.
medium,
That
or high,
that might
and
make the car
adjusts
more expensive.
super fast. There's a pretty awesome 12 inches of suspension travel between the lowest mode and the highest mode. You can go all the way up to 17 inches of clearance in off-road mode. Extract
Jeez.
mode is the absolute highest. It'll add another 80 millimeters of clearance.
Sheesh.
But it'll go a foot down from that. So that's pretty sick. And there are aluminum skid plates / aero shields at the bottom of the truck. I continue to move around. If I lower the window, for example, look at the window on the car. Halfway down, halfway down. I go all the way down on this window. all the
Dang,
way
that's
down on that
it
window.
goes to the
So that's real time.
Yo,
I got
that's
my
some
lights
crazy
in real time.
software.
I have the headlights down here.
It
if I
goes
even
to the
turn the
exact
steering
thing.
wheel, all of that
The
moves
exact
in real
width of
time.
the
and it's kind of
window.
on this like Mars terrain, Cybertrain, whatever you want to call it. I think that's sweet. So you just get a full
That's
overview of the
tough.
car there. You've got your media, your navigation. It's telling me if I need to close my door or fasten my seatbelt. And this is my range indicator up here. 223 miles right now, which if I tap it is 76% battery. Pretty close to what I'm expecting. And then you see your navigation, which basically if you just swipe over, you can fill that right 2/3 of the screen with navigation and keep your vehicle controls.
Bro, I
on
need
the
a
left.
Tesla,
And when you're in
bro.
drive,
I
it
just
looks
want to
just like it normally
experience
does
it,
in a
bro.
Tesla with other stuff on the road. But now you have all your navigation stuff. You always have all your stuff in the dock down at the bottom. Heated steering wheel with 2 levels, which is nice now. And your heated and cooled front seats, which is great. So if you just get into controls and dynamics, these are sort of the two spaces you'll spend the most time. Controls is all of the things with just opening and closing, unlocking, screen brightness, headlights. Your glove box is a drawer, which I think is a little bit unique. A button on the screen. I kind of wish you still had a button to open the glove box, but all of that is here. And then dynamics is where you have all of your typical like steering and acceleration profiles for Tesla. So in the triple motor version, that would be comfort mode, standard mode, and beast mode. A little cringy, I guess, but that is your maximum acceleration. And then your ride and handling and your preferred ride height. If you go custom, you can actually individually adjust these things. So acceleration, I'm gonna go beast mode. But ride and handling, maybe you want it to be a little more relaxed or a little more focused. That just basically means your damping and your suspension is either a little firmer or a little softer. I gotta say though, the steering is in my opinion, the craziest thing about the Tesla Cybertruck, crazier than the design, crazier than the dimensions,
steering?
crazier than everything else about it, is the steering. So it's a steer-by-wire system. This is the first time Tesla's done this.
What's that?
You can't actually change the steering weight or steering feel. It's always the same ratio all the time, but it's crazy for two reasons. One, there is rear axle steering, and it is very, very active.
You're lying.
And really helpful. And two is the total turn is less than 180 degrees for your maximum tightest turn. Usually you're used to doing a whole bunch of movement on the wheel. You don't have to do that anymore, so that kind of makes the muscle memory of grabbing the top of the snorkel useless. So first of all, the rear wheel steer, it's awesome. It's up to 10 degrees in the opposite direction of the front wheels at low speeds under 40 miles an hour. And what that does...
I'm dumb. I'm retarded. You gotta slow that down. I don't know what that means, bro. You're talking car talk. I don't know what that means, bro.
If you've heard of this before, it effectively shortens the wheelbase and allows you to turn way, way tighter. I think we'll do a sort of a comparison with the F-150 Lightning, which is a normal truck that doesn't have 10 degrees of rear wheel steer. And this one, it just means you can turn way sharper. It feels way more nimble in parking lots. It feels like it shrinks the wheelbase, the whole dimensions of the truck. It's great. It takes some getting used to.
Yeah, I would have to get used to that, bro. I would have to get used to that. I'm used to this. Put some muscles in your arm doing that shit.
Above 40 miles an hour is when it actually changes 1 or 2 degrees in the same direction as the front wheels. So that's going to feel more like lengthening the wheelbase and a more stable movement.
Yeah, that car probably feels
speed,
so different when you drive it, bro.
But the fact that your entire steering radius is right there in less than one turn, like half a turn, is crazy. It takes some getting used to. It is awesome that you can turn around so easily and make those tight parking lot maneuvers and make this big truck feel smaller.
Word.
But it's really, it's a
That's
lot.
hard.
It's going to take some getting used to, but I think we should just get to driving this thing. So let's do it.
Drive that motherfucker. I want to see what happens.
Cybertruck.
I want to see it.
Driving the Tesla Cybertruck. Feels like a Doug DeMuro way to start the video, but man,
I want speed that bitch up. I want to see it go fast.
Like a real vehicle, but
put that bitch in 60.
Is. And first impression, really.
Hey, I forgot the lyrics of the song. Oh yeah, we just gonna do 60 fucking miles.
Okay, it feels like a Tesla. That's not going to be a shocker.
That was cringe.
Really instant throttle response. This is the triple motor version. It's the beast. But also, like, spacing wise, I'm just looking around, just trying to feel how big this vehicle is. This is a small road school bus. I'm able to maneuver around though. I have pretty good visibility everywhere. I'm just thinking a lot about where the nose of the truck is, because it is such a short nose. It's a really different ratio. I'm not used to the hood being that short compared to where the windshield is, but either way, it's pretty quiet. I will say these laminated windows do a good job of sealing out all the noise. They also happen to be shatterproof.
Of course, the whole car is bulletproof.
Happens to be allegedly bulletproof. I'm not testing that in this video, but
please don't.
You've seen the pictures. So the idea
I
is
wish someone's gonna test bulletproof on it.
All right, this feels nimble.
One of y'all YouTubers that got a lot of money to buy this truck, please test the bulletproof out, bro. I know somebody, Car Diesel, gonna do it. Diesel, whatever you call it, Car Diesel, Diesel Truck, whatever you call him, bro. He gonna do it, bro. He gonna put some bullet holes in that motherfucker.
Right. Steering is, the weight's not gonna change, so this is the way it always is. Getting used to steering is really gonna be the number one thing for people. They're not gonna be used to the entire steering being less than an entire turn. It's a half a turn, 180 degrees. I think it's 170. And
that's less.
It is a pretty big truck, but I feel like it's a tiny bit smaller than the F-150 Lightning. I think they did a good job of giving you as much space as you can. Like, this is a spacious cabin, spacious back seats, as I showed you, and a full 6-foot bed, but it's got the smallest frunk, even smaller than the smaller Rivian R1T. So they've kind of pushed around the dimensions a little bit.
That's what I said. It looks smaller.
The vast distance
but like it said it was bigger on paper.
And then I just
But I don't know, something I like it's something throwing me off. It's probably the front.
How high I look,
that makes it look smaller.
Just different. very different. Something I'm gonna have to get used to. Okay, love that the button blinkers are actually physical buttons, and now we're on a bit of a crazier road, so we can. Holy, come on!
So let's talk about Amazon automation and why it's a really good way to hedge your bets and turn your money into an ATM.
That's crazy. Actually, the suspension pretty firm right now, and there is.
Bro, everybody that picks up speed in a Tesla says, whoof. Their eyes get like, whoof. I gotta experience that, bro. I have never drove in a Tesla before, bro. Like, bro, I have to experience this, bro. Like, just imagine you picking up speed in a Tesla, bro. That junk gotta be crazy, bro. Cause I have not seen one person just have a plain face when they picking up speed in a Tesla. They say the throttle is crazy on the Tesla.
A
bro.
large delta between the firmest suspension and the softest suspension that you can have. The body itself, thanks to the stainless steel, thanks to the way it's built, is very, very stiff, torsionally stiff. It's very rigid. And so all of that effort to be either soft or firm goes on the suspension. And they have really good suspension, really good travel, really fast travel. It really is very quiet. Okay, a couple other interesting things that you know. One is like huge amount of glass. World's largest windshield is pretty funny. I think with every Tesla I've reviewed for the past couple of years, there's always been one muscle memory remap required to get used to this thing. And I think with previous Teslas, like we all know about the center screen, you're used to checking right in front of you for the speed. Now you have to look over to the side. Just a little remap there. With the yoke steering wheel and the buttons on the steering wheel, that's a remap people have to adjust to. They're pretty stubborn about this stuff. With this one, it's going to be that there is no rear visibility with the mirror when the tonneau cover is closed. So my tonneau cover is closed right now. Can't see anything behind me. But I've sort of started to remap my glance behind me to the preview of the rear-facing camera, which is on the screen all the time. And so I just keep glancing there to see what's behind me. You can actually move it to the left or right-hand side, so you get a bigger preview when it's on the right, or you can just move it on the left. So yeah, that's the Cybertruck muscle memory remap.
That's crazy. You can
rear
actually
view
move that shit.
Mirror doesn't have a camera mode, so if you want to check behind you while the tonneau cover's closed, you're looking down there. All right, we got a nice little highway coming up. I like instinctively put my hand on this side of the wheel to get ready for a big turn, but I don't have to do it because it's so little turn. All right, let's get on the highway. So you don't need a ton of horsepower for regular pickup truck stuff, but merging onto a highway makes a lot of sense. Let me get some space between the car in front of me. Oh my God, on all season tires, all terrain tires, shouldn't be able to do that. A couple other interesting things though.
That's nutty. That junk looked like it just picked up speed out of nowhere.
World's largest windshield wiper is hilarious. It looks ridiculous.
That is crazy huge,
logistically
though.
ridiculous too. I don't know if in the ice or the snow, if it's going to be able to like break apart enough ice to move that huge windshield wiper. There's probably a much bigger motor to move it, but it works. So Neeli, if you're wondering, it doesn't quite cover the entire windshield, but it does go above my head and cover 75% of what the passenger's going to see too. So I feel like it's working at least. And then the other thing to note is for your road tripping, totally compatible with all the Tesla superchargers. It has all of the autopilot stuff that other Teslas have, but it's also now an 800-volt architecture. And what that basically means is it's able to charge faster at V4 superchargers, and it's able to make total wires thinner because they conduct better and they're more efficient, and so the total wire weight of the car goes down for all of the high voltage systems. It also has a 48-volt low voltage system, which is 4 times the normal 12 volts you'd see in most cars. So in general, it feels future-proof for that reason, but it'll still charge just the same as any other Tesla at V3.
This shit is tough. I will buy it.
Road noise too.
I will buy it and wrap it, bro, and not jump in the car. I'm trying to tell you, it looks like a tin can without the wrap,
These
bro.
bespoke tires,
It really looks like a tin can. But like, bro, I'm trying to tell you, with a wrap, that car would be beautiful.
Tiny bit of steering.
That car would be
That's
fucking
weird.
beautiful to ride.
Teslas are usually pretty numb, but this does have some steering feel. Now, probably the funniest, most interesting option that I'm told about with this truck is the extended battery option. So all the Cybertrucks will have the same 123 kilowatt hour battery size, but as we all know, long road trips, and towing and hauling things especially takes a toll on your battery. So there will be an optional battery, an add-on battery that you put in the trunk that adds 120 miles of range. It also adds a ton of weight because now you're hauling around a huge battery.
Man, I ain't no race
But
car
now you
driver,
have
so I don't care
close
about the
to a
weight.
450 mile range truck, which might be what people need to haul big things if they're going to work with it. It's interesting. I really feel like the biggest strength of the Cybertruck is it's got to be the power, the sheer force of 2.7 seconds 0 to 60, 850-ish horsepower. Like no other truck moves in a straight line like this one does. But I'm also going to include the steering as a pro. You got to get used to it, but again, that tight turning radius and how nimble it feels, like on a highway, that's remarkably responsive. Like I can turn my wheel like this in a Model S Plaid and it does not feel as responsive as this. That's a crazy thing to say. So then its downside is going to be one, just
Yo, I'm trying to tell you, auto shop, do not take this car to a body shop. Or I'm not body shop, a little mechanic shop, bro. Or any mechanic shop other than Tesla, bro. They will tax you so hard. This is the brand new truck, and it's the most advanced truck anybody has ever seen. Do not take this car to a body shop, bro, or a mechanic shop. They will tax the fuck out of you, bro.
people think it's ugly, and that's fine. A lot of people are going to think it's ugly. And two is it's more expensive than we
I don't
originally
care if people
thought. It doesn't
think,
have
bro.
that price advantage. I am driving a $100,000 truck right now. There's no way around that. The F-150 Lightning I'm following right now is going to cost significantly less. The Rivian R1T and the Hummer are also very expensive.
$100,000 truck
no
is
longer
it's
than
insane.
we might have thought it was
That's
gonna be.
insane,
Now,
bro. That's
this
a
isn't
luxury
review.
truck.
I haven't towed anything with this. I haven't used any of the trailer
That's
features. I haven't filled it up with
$100,000
rocks
truck
and
is
mud and
crazy.
gotten it dirty. I haven't off-roaded at all. There is a total separate off-road mode in the thing I haven't used.
Like, to pay $100,000 for this, bro, for the triple motor, bro, you might as well get a McLaren. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I'm not paying $100,000 for a truck. I'll get the single motor, but what's the point of paying $100,000 for a truck? Like, bro, just go get a McLaren or something, bro.
I haven't road tripped
Audi
in it.
or
I haven't
something.
lived with it. I do have an
Whatever
order,
you
so
call
I
it,
plan on
Audi
doing all that,
TT,
so make sure
whatever
get
you call
subscribed
it,
to see the
Audi.
full review of the Cybertruck
I don't
when it
know,
comes out.
bro.
But I think generally, as this is my second impressions ever and first time ever driving the thing, I think they really got themselves something solid here. We're gonna have to see about fit and finish. A lot of let's see, a lot of wait and see. But I'm impressed with this. I'm impressed. So let me know what you think. Obviously, they're gonna be.
Alright guys, that was a video. I hope y'all liked this. I hope y'all got a lot more information. This is the first updated information in 4 years. Like 4 years, bro. Like Tesla has not gave us anything in 4 years. So this is the first update, bro. So I hope y'all like it. I'm actually might react to a car ride video and see the drag racing of it, bro. I'm probably gonna do that. That'll probably be uploaded after this one. So guys, I'll see you in the next one. It's 1 in the morning. I'm going to bed and I'm about to smoke some weed.